What's up, y'all? This is your boy Eddie Jackson. Welcome back to the Drop That Podcast. This episode for Wrestling Talk is brought to you by Layback TV. Over 10,000 channels, movies on demand, every sports channel, all the languages, all the HBOs that you can imagine. Go on your Apple Store and your Play Store to see how you can download it on your iPhones and your Androids. Now, we ain't going to waste any time because we got a lot of shit to discuss. Wrestling Talk, you know what I'm saying? A lot of shit has happened. SummerSlam in Minneapolis, Minnesota went down at the US Bank Stadium this past weekend. We had Monday Night Raw. There was a lot of news that happened. So let's get SummerSlam out the way. So pretty much what we're going to go through, we're going to have we had our segment for Who You Got last night to prepare for the event, the premium live event. This one, we're going to rate the matches for night 1 and night 2. Who had the best entrances, the best ring gear, who was the MVPs of the night, and the match of the night for night 1 and night 2. All right. So night 1, we had Gunther versus Nick Aldis. Gunther, he's one of the best out there right now. Longest reigning Intercontinental Champion at 666 days. King of the Ring, I believe in 2023 or 2024. Two-time world champion. He's the who's who. You know what I'm saying? Retired Goldberg, John Cena, AJ Styles. So he's the who's who. Nick Aldis, if you're not familiar with him, he's former NWA world champion, former TNA world champion. He was AJ Styles' last match in TNA. And he hasn't been in the ring in 3 years, so you gotta do your Googles when it comes down to Nick Aldis. You know, GM for SmackDown, and he did pretty damn well, if I do say so myself. You know what I mean? To get a WWE official debut match at a PLE in a stadium is fucking huge. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely give props to him. Gunther got the dub. I rated that match a 4. Moving on, we had the Women's World Championship on the line as Liv Morgan defending against 2026 Queen of the Ring, Io Sky, former world champion as well. I called it. Liv dropping the belt to Io does not make sense longevity, but definitely I think they did a great match. They have faced each other before. They faced each other on a Saturday night's main event for the Women's World title. They fought in the finals of the Queen of the Ring. I would have to say this match was a little bit more entertaining, you know. But Liv Morgan could actually say it now, you know, being it 2 years that she's been with Dom. Now she can honestly say she defeated the two BFFs, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, at SummerSlam. Women's World title. Liv got the dub. I rated that match a 4. Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, Paige against Fatal Influence. I thought this was a real doozer, you know what I mean? If you don't know what I mean by that, you know, this was a sleep. You know what I mean? Like this shit could have put me to sleep. This was not really working. My pick for Fatal Influence worked. I guess they did okay. I rated that match a 3. You know, some entertainment, some wasn't. Shout out to Brie. She suffered an injury with a cannonball by JC Jane. It just seems like, they're not gonna get Nikki and Brie on the same level at the same time. You know, first Nikki got injured, so you couldn't put the tag belts on Brie and Nikki. So you had to put it on Brie and Paige. Nikki got injured. She came back. Now Brie got injured. Now we don't know how much time we're going to see. You know, I think they want to retire, at least winning the World Tag Team Championships at least once. They turned on Paige. It seemed like that was a part of the cards, but not the injuries. So it made it a little awkward. The Usos the Usos and Jacob Fatu taking on Royce Keys, LA Knight, and Solo Sikoa. I love it. It definitely worked. LA Knight got the dub. He got the pinfall on Jey Uso. And he got put over. He got put over. I thought it was an entertaining match. Little kind of like mishaps, little miscommunication, but good saves. But I rated that match a 4.5. Kudos to everybody involved. Solo Sikoa, to fucking hit the yeet on Jey Uso was fucking hilarious. I felt like that was like the moment of the night. But I like it. LA Knight definitely got put over big time. CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes, undisputed WWE title. I rated that a 4.5. It got to a slow start. I thought we were going to see, I was wrong. I thought we were going to see the heel turn by Cody. Turns out they ain't ready for it. Why not? Because Randy Orton returned and dropped Cody with a RKO right after Cody hit Crossroads on Punk. Punk slid in there and he got the dub on Cody. Stopped Cody from winning the undisputed title for the 4th time. Makes you wonder where you go with Cody. Was this in the cards? You know what I mean? Is this to get him ready for the promo run for the Street Fighter movie? I don't know. Roman Reigns is in the movie too, so I don't know. It was an entertaining match. I thought it was an entertaining match for a match that we waited so many years for. We could have had it in AEW, but we didn't. We had to wait 3+ years to get it in WWE, but we got it. It was for a world title, at a premium live event in a stadium. And they basically gave the main event to Obafemi and Brock Lesnar in a Hell in a Cell match. Okay. Obafemi got the dub. I thought this was pretty dope. Did they need a Hell in a Cell? Due to how everything was happening in the match, I don't think they needed a Hell in a Cell. You could have done this in no holds barred. You could have done no DQ, no countouts. I don't think a fucking Hell in a Cell was necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody escaped the cage. You know what I'm saying? You cannot compare this to any of the top 3 Hell in a Cell matches of all time, which I'm going to put Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, Undertaker versus Mankind, and Triple H versus Mick Foley. Oh, Cactus Jack, which is also Mick Foley. Pretty much what all those 3 matches did that this match didn't do. They took that match up to the top of the cage. They did nothing. They did everything that you can do pretty much on ringside. I didn't see the need of a cage. I did like how Brock Lesnar took off the covering for the mat with the wooden bars and tombstone Obafemi. Shout out to Brock Lesnar for wearing the elbow pads so he can at least steady Obafemi's weight and don't injure him permanently. I feel like when you watch how Fall from Grace was performed on Brock Lesnar looked over to the right, like either Obafemi was supposed to do it on the wood of the ring, or he's like, oh shit, that was close. I felt like that was some kind of a moment that was supposed to be, but to Oba's defense, when you have Brock Lesnar up in the air, you can't really see. You can't line it up. But I rated that match a 4.5. This was the official final match of Brock Lesnar. If you didn't hear it on the Pat McAfee show, Brock Lesnar has officially retired. Shout out to Brock Lesnar, 10-time world champion, King of the Ring of 2002, 2-time Royal Rumble winner, Money in the Bank winner, former UFC champion, NCAA world champion. Yo, he's the who's. You know what I'm saying? Gotta say that. I watched Brock Lesnar pretty much since his debut, and this guy faced everybody. He took down the Streak for The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Yo, shout out to him. Salute. Well-deserved retirement. Put over people that really needed, the push. Guys like Cody Rhodes, guys like John Cena, guys like Obafemi. The list goes on. You know, he wants to spend time with his wife. His boys are in hockey. His daughter, who's looking into 2028 Olympics and shot put, it's well deserved, man. It's well deserved, man. Enjoy retirement. Enjoy your family. You know, reap everything that you sow. All the millions that you stocked up. All the hunting that you got planned. Well deserved, man. Enjoy it. Okay. For that night, let me see. We got night one, best entrances. I got the Usos and Jacob Fatu. Cody Rhodes always has the best entrance. CM Punk, dope. Brock Lesnar, dope. Obafemi, dope. Ring gear, I gave it to Usos, Jacob, Royce Keys, Solo Sikoa, Io Sky, Brienne, Nikki Bella, Paige, Fatal Influence, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, and Obafemi. The MVPs of the night, I gave it to Solo Sikoa and Randy Orton, and the match of the night was Brock versus Oba, Part 3, Hell in a Cell. All right, let's move on to night 2. Let's not waste any time. Let's get this bullshit match out of the way. Dom Mysterio, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, taking on Dan Housing on a Human Monies on the Pole match. 2.5. This was a waste of my goddamn time. I don't know why they think this is working. I'm running into a lot of podcasters that definitely don't fuck with this Dan Housing thing. I mean, he's entertaining to some folks. I've seen him live. I'm seeing him on TV. I don't see anything. I mean, I'm seeing him when he was in AEW. Didn't last long over there. But whatever. If it's working, it's working. I just don't understand why you got to put him over on Dom. You know, Dom is AAA Mega Champion for a reason. Yeah, I didn't get it. But moving on. Trick Williams defending the U.S. Championship against Baron Corbin. This is the first match of Baron Corbin's return to WWE. I rated this match a 4. Holy shit. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Trick Williams was getting his ass handed to him against Baron Corbin. I think he met his match. This is not Carmelo Hayes, Ricky Saints, or Sami Zayn. Baron Corbin, he got the dub. He got the U.S. Championship for the second time. Let's see what he goes with this. What was the big idea of putting the U.S. title on him? Let's see. Let's see how we go. Let's see. Thank God Little Yachty got pushed over to the table. I was like, finally somebody did it. Moving on. Penta defending the Intercontinental Championship against Chad Gable. Hometown hero Chad Gable. The Minneapolis, Minnesota hometown hero. And he did it. Yo, this match, I rated a 4.5. This was entertaining back and forth. I would have rated a 5. I didn't like the win. I mean, my bad. I didn't like the finish. You know what I mean? You're making Penta tap, and he didn't even work on the ankle. How the fuck did he tap so fucking quickly? I mean, I think it should have been an angle slam. He might as well just call it the Gable slam. You know what I'm saying? A 1, 2, 3, I think would have been definitely suffice. You know, but whatever. It worked. Chad Gable finally won the Intercontinental Championship in his hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Shout out to Chad Gable. He had his wife, his kids, his parents there in the ring. Great moment for him. Well fucking deserved. He came a long way, bro. What we got? Oh, we got the ladder match for the interim WWE Women's Championship. I rated it a 3.5. It was like a back and forth, but a really slow-paced match. It was Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill, Chelsea Green, Tiffany Stratton, and Lash Legend. My pick was Charlotte. I thought if Rhea was gonna return quickly, you could definitely do that story. But Rhea confirmed she ain't ready. She had surgery. She's resting up at home in a cast. They put the title on Chelsea Green. Shout out Chelsea fucking Green. Yo, her return to WWE is massive. Massive. If you don't get it, she is a Triple Crown champion. And within a fucking, 2-year period, she's won the women's tag titles. She is the first ever women's U.S. champion, 2-time. And now she's the women's champion. I know it got the interim shit, but they're counting it. They're counting it as a women's championship in case Rhea don't fucking arrive by Survivor Series. That's a great moment for her. Great fucking moment for her. She did it. She fucking did it. She did it with her family there. Her husband, Matt Cardona. Shout out to Chelsea. She's fucking killing it. We had a number one contenders match for the Undisputed WWE Championship. It was originally Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn. With Gunther defeating Nick Aldis, Triple H gave Nick Aldis his job back as GM of SmackDown. With that being said, he added 2 participants. He added Gunther as a way to, a moment of fairness and what's best for business, put Gunther in the number one contenders match. But he added another participant, and 100% I was so fucking happy to see this. The return of KO, Kevin Owens. Yes, sir. Kevin Owens has returned. Sami Zayn's jaw did not stop dropping. Kevin Owens returned, man, after over a year layoff. He missed out on 2 WrestleManias. And he returned, and he put the stunner on Sami Zayn. He is now the number one contender for the Undisputed WWE Championship. Watch out, CM Punk. And I rated that match a 4.5. It was actually pretty dope. But now it makes you wonder, what are they going to do with Finn Balor? I feel like that was going to be the push. But I guess we already got CM Punk versus Sami Zayn. We already got CM Punk versus Gunther. We already got CM Punk versus Finn Balor. All in the last year. But we haven't gotten CM Punk versus Kevin Owens. And if there's anybody who should drop that belt, it should be CM Punk to Kevin Owens. But let's see. Let's see how far they go with this. And in the main event, we had Roman Reigns, the OTC, defending the world title against Seth freaking Rollins. I rated this match a 4.5. Got to a slow pace. And I didn't like the finish. I just don't like this fucking running back and forth spear by Roman. You know what I mean? I thought his finishes when he was on his heel run for 4 years, I thought that was better. I thought those finishes were better. Just pop out of nowhere with a spear. And apparently it didn't work, but he got the dub. Finally, he got the one-on-one win against Seth Rollins. He missed out. Like, how many highlight reels does Seth Rollins have on Roman Reigns pinning him? A lot. Money in the Bank, WrestleMania 41 2 years ago, well, over a year ago. Like, got a lot of wins over Roman. And now Roman got his get back. And they did the fist bump with the mask that Dean Ambrose used to wear. I think this is closing out the chapter of the feud between Roman and Seth. You can't drag that shit too long. It's been over 10 years. But now, I don't know, something tells me that Rollins is going to take a break and he might come back as an ally of Roman. But whatever. All right, so for night 2, I had the entrances. Best entrances was Kevin Owens, Baron Corbin, Trick Williams, Jade Cargill with the Prince, Charlotte Flair, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. Ring gear, I give it to Kevin Owens, The Return, Sami Zayn, Gunther, Finn Balor, Baron Corbin, Trick Williams, Jade Cargill with a Prince fucking tribute, Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair with the little girl who passed away, may she rest in peace, Chad Gable with his Minnesota Vikings gear, Penta, Seth Rollins, all of them. And MVPs of the night, I give it to Chad Gable, Chelsea Green, who are the new IC champion and women's champion, and the new number one contender, Kevin Owens. And the match of the night, I gave it to 2 matches. I gave it to Penta and Chad Gable, and Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. Shout out to everyone involved at SummerSlam. SummerSlam in Minnesota was fucking phenomenal. I hope Minneapolis, Minnesota is fucking happy that they lived up to what they promised them. You know, a fucking two night event that was supposed to be WrestleMania, but thank God they saved it for SummerSlam because motherfuckers could snow right in because there's an opening that the sun could come in. Definitely snow could come in too. In other news, We had on Raw. We had a Roman versus LA Knight promo. I gave LA Knight that dub. Looks like this is what we're gonna get next, eventually. And they gave some gems in there. Might be Money in the Bank. Big Cass returns. Kind of curious what they're gonna do with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they made it seem like we're gonna get Big Cass and Enzo, but I think they're gonna do Enzo in the long haul. You know what I mean? Like, let Big Cass ease into the motherfucking crowd first, and then see what we got. Let me see. Stephanie Vaquer returns. Becky Lynch returns, all to confront Liv Morgan. For everybody who was complaining for 100 days of Liv Morgan being Women's World Champ and only one defense, but at the time, no defenses. Oh, we got defenses now. We got Becky Lynch and Stephanie Vaquer, 2 former Women's World Champions. Let's see what we do with that. Jacob Fatu destroys Royce Keys in a street fight. I thought we were going to get that match on a Saturday night's main event or PLE. I guess we got to wait. Braun Breaker and Obafemi is on a collision course with that fucking intense face-off. That's going to be a good match. That's going to be a good match. They got to get their best to produce this. I'm talking motherfucking Bobby Roode. I'm talking Michael Hayes. Shit, even throw Hurricane Helms in that bitch, or even Jason Jordan. Put all 4 of them and make Braun Breaker versus Obafemi box office a blockbuster match. They need that. In just my opinion. Shout out to Lola Vice. She leaves NXT officially. Seemed like she got her call up to the main roster. They already did trademarks for Vice City. I think she's going up to SmackDown. Rey Mysterio waited at Gorilla for Roman Reigns to talk a little business since he's the GM of AAA. And he's setting up a tournament for all luchadors on Raw, SmackDown, and AAA. And the winner faces Roman Reigns on Monday Night Raw in Mexico City the night after Triple Mania for the World Heavyweight Championship. And that's on September 14th. Some people think it's El Grande Americano. I don't. I think El Grande Americano is going to get Dominic Mysterio for the AAA Mega Champion chip. And I think we're going to get Penta versus Roman. To me, no bullshit on El Grande Americano. I think they have a story with El Grande Americano and Dominic Mysterio. The fans want it. They already teased it. I'm not interested in him and Roman. That makes no sense. That's a babyface versus a slight babyface. But if you're going to make a competitive with somebody who's box office right now after a big Intercontinental Championship run, you put Penta in the ring with the OTC. He's already a part of Raw. That makes money. Just saying. And before we get out of here, it's already been announced for February of 2027, a part of Arizona Sports and Entertainment, that the Royal Rumble is coming to Glendale, Arizona at the State Farm Stadium, home of the Arizona Cardinals. You guessed it. You know what I mean? They got the professional bull riding coming to Glendale. You got UFC Noche that's going to Glendale, Arizona. Forgot what the arena is. Or it might be Phoenix. It's one of those. But Royal Rumble's getting the stadium. And they're getting the stadium February of 2027. State Farm Stadium. I will be there live for my very first Royal Rumble. I got to knock out the key PLEs. You know what I mean? I'm knocked out 4 WrestleManias in my lifetime. I need to knock out SummerSlam. I need to knock out Survivor Series. Came close when it was at Petco Park. And I need to knock out Royal Rumble. This is my chance to knock out Royal Rumble. Okay? And, you know, when the time comes leading up to Royal Rumble, we're going to get our picks. Okay? We're going to get our picks for women's and men's Royal Rumble on who we pick. And what our top 3 Royal Rumble matches are of all time. But that's what we got. Stay tuned. Can't wait, because I'm going to be there live. This is your boy Eddie Jackson. This is Drop That Podcast for Wrestling Talk. Make sure y'all hit that sub button, hit them likes, hit the comments. Let me know what y'all think of the Royal Rumble coming to Arizona. Who y'all think is going to be in the end of the Luchador tournament to face the OTC for the World Championship on Raw in Mexico City. All right? Y'all be easy. I'm your boy Eddie Jackson. This is Drop That Podcast. Peace.